Hello friends, in today's video I will do a test on two new notebooks that I want to try out. It's the Midori and this stone paper notebook. Hello, my name is Belinda. I'm the founder of Organize and Bless Mom, and I'm back with another creative idea. If you're new here, please subscribe and turn on the notifications so you'll know when a new video is posted. So I feel I have to just give you some backstory here. I am searching for a new notebook. I have been doing a daily journal in this very big journal. This journal is from Ecolo. I use a lot of I don't know if you can see it. There we go. A lot of the Ecolo brand journals. I use Ecolo all for my Bible journal. I really like one of the reasons why I like Ecolo is because they have really nice paper and they have options of lined notebooks. I love lined notebooks because I mostly write. I like to journal. So I wanted to do a daily journal. I've been doing a daily journal for a very long time now. But at the beginning of the year, I kind of got this big journal. It's an 8x10 journal. And it's been really fun because I've had a lot of space to write in it. And pretty much what I do here is I just write what I did. That's pretty much it. Just I put headers and then I just write this. This was about a trip we took. And whatever I did that day, whatever I want to highlight, I just, I put it in here. And as you can see, sometimes I do take up the front and the back, and I do fun things like things with these tabs. But this journal, what I've come to realize is that this journal is really, really big. The 8x10 size is really large, and I am really happy in my smaller. I think this is an actual A5 size, if I am correct. So this is my Bible journal, and I really like, taking up the 2 pages per day. It's just enough space, and I really like the size. So I am kind of looking to find something in an A5 size so that it can become my daily journal. I am about to finish this daily journal that I have right here. August will be the last month. I started in January, and now April. April will be my last month in here, and then it'll be full. So this guy did get chunky. I just wanted to. It did get chunky, and I mostly just put those tabs and washi and stickers is what I do in here. I don't even do a lot of paper. But I saw these two options in Barnes and Noble, and I want to try them out with you. So I have some pins here that I want to try, and then I do want to stamp in them and also put some washi and stickers because I want to try out these different notebooks. So the first one is this Midori notebook, and I did find this one at Barnes and Nobles. I have heard a lot of things about the Midori. In actuality, this is an Ecolo, again, an Ecolo brand A5, and I have a Midori cover on it. That's how I found it on Amazon. I was looking for the size, and I wanted to put a cover on it so that it wouldn't get dirty. And I found a Midori cover. So I know Midori does or makes this size because they have a cover. But before I commit to buying the A5 size Midori, I wanted to try this small Midori. I don't know, A6. So it says it's an A6 lined. And one of the things that I always struggle with is finding you know, a notebook that has the lines. Also, one thing that the notebook does have, which is a little bit of a bother, but I think I can get used to it, is that the rule pages have a bold center line so that you can divide each page into two or make 2-page spreads with 4 sections. I don't know if you can see that there. So let me show you what that's talking about. So they have a little card here. It does have a little like cover, and it does have the very famous Midori. I don't know if you can see it. The little Midori embossing there. So here's your name page, and then it starts off. So you see, they tell you exactly where half of the page is at, in case you want to do, you know, I don't know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I guess. So it is a nice feature, but it's like once you see it, you can't unsee it, kind of a thing. But I do like that it has really, really nice paper, and it's lined. I always struggle with lined paper. It says that the cover and pages are made from MD paper, which is designed for comfortable writing. Write anywhere you like. The scratch of a pen or pencil against the grain of the paper makes writing a pleasure. So let's see. I don't think it says what GSM it is, but I've heard that these are even fountain pen friendly. So I'm going to test this out. I don't know. I guess I'll just start here at the front. It's going to be a testing kind of notebook anyways. So I'm just going to start here, because if I like the paper, I am going to then maybe look into buying the bigger size and making that my daily journal. So I'm going to test out, first of all, how does stamping stand up to this paper. I've never had or tried the Midori, so I'm going to ink this up in really nice black. So that looks really nice. So let's see how it, yeah. So there is ghosting on the back. I'm going to try the Distress Oxides. I try to stay away from the Distress Oxides in journals, just because they are so heavy. So I pulled out this very blue. It's the Salty Ocean. It looks like that. So I know if there's a bold one that I have, this one is it. I mean, I have different colors, but I wanted to pick one that would be really bold, just to see how that would compare. Okay, let me get a piece of paper real quick. All right, now we're ready. I don't know if you can see it, but this ink kind of sits on top. So I got a pretty good impression there. Looks really nice. I prefer the Studio Calico ink. I just think it always gives me a really pretty impression, and it dries up really fast. What I've noticed is when I'm using the Distress Oxide in my notebooks, I have to kind of wait for the ink to dry before I close the notebook, because if I do, then this ink is going to get on the other page. So, oh wow, that's not good. Obviously you can see it here, and it even got on the next page. Wow. Yeah, so it did go into the page. So that's something to consider. I won't probably be doing Distress Oxide on these Midori pages, but let's go on with the test and see how the pens do in this kind of paper. So one more thing I wanted to say is, probably if I do want to stamp in this kind of notebook, I'll just have to remember to put some kind of something, you know, heavy, maybe heavy cardstock or something, so that I can get, so that I don't mess up the other page. But there is a lot of ghosting here in the back. I think the Studio Calico does a better job than that one. All right, so let's try some testing out some pens. So my favorite pen is the Tool, T-U-L. This I used to get at Office Depot, and I think it's like a 0.5. It's an extra fine, I believe, is what they call it. And this I get now on Amazon. A lot of the Home Depot, not Home Depot, Office Depot are closing in my city, so I can't find them. But I really like this pen. I use predominantly black ink in my journals. I really like to do black. So there is a little bit of ghosting here on the back, but it's not too bad. So this is my favorite pen. I like it because it's not super heavy, but it's not super light. I kind of always, I like how it feels, and I like how it writes. I have also the Sarasa Dry 05 here, which is like another favorite. Now, the one thing that I really like how this one writes, and it's really good, but it's my second favorite because it's so light. I do like that this one is a little bit heavier, so it helps me with writing, but it's also one of my favorites. So I think it's also one thing about this one is that from what I can see, the Sarasa is usually like a lighter black than the Tool. All right, let's look at some markers. So a lot of the times in my daily journal, I will use these Sharpies. All these markers that I'm gonna try, I use them in some kind of way. So this is a Sharpie S Note, and I usually like to put some kind of a header so that I kind of divide my page in this way when I'm writing in my daily notebook, daily journal. And so let's see, these are Sharpies, so they're not as bad as a regular Sharpie, but they are pretty heavy. Okay, so that's pretty good, because you can't really even see it, but this is a very light color. So let's try this one. I'm just gonna put that one. I'm thinking the colors I have in this Sharpie S Note are not that dark. I would say definitely this pink one is darker than this green. So let's see how that one did. So that one, you could kind of see it, but still it does really, really well. Let's try these. This is the Sharpie S Note Duo because it has like both sides. It has like that highlighter side and then like a tip, but this tip is really weird. It's like a circle tip. It's really, really weird. I'll just write it here. And so you can make, you know, I don't know, shapes, lines, and it writes really nice. Let's see. So it doesn't look like it does really, really well. You can't really tell. I also have the Click Art by Zebra marker. This one's pretty thick. I use these sometimes. These are fairly new in my collection, so I don't use them. I'm kind of trying them out. Those also do great. These are just Crayola washable markers. Let's see. It's kind of hard to write with the camera on the top. Let's see if we color that in, how it will look. These I like because they're very, the point, the tip is very fine. The Crayola did really well. So far so good, except for the inks. This Distress Oxide, it does have to have something in the back. All right, let's try the mild liner. I try to go for like a darker. I don't know if I know. This is the Smoky Blue. Let's see. These I will also sometimes use to write or make headers. I think I usually use this side, but these are not my go-to inside my creative journal, just because their tip is too big. So those did fairly well. And then my favorite are the Tombow. So here we have Tombow. And then the other tip, which is really good. For writing. I think these will probably do very well. Yeah, so they're about the same. You can't really see them. So these all held up really well. That's a good thing. They hold up really well in my current Ecolo journal. The other thing I wanted to test in here was, so we did the inks, we did the pens. Now I'm going to test out some, just how does some washi tape do in here? Will it stick and will it stay? I'm going to also do a sticker. I have this sticker book about books, but I never use these stickers. I usually just use the stickers in the back, which are these, but I don't want to waste any of my stickers on just a test page. But predominantly I wanted to just test out what it would be like to make sure that everything sticks down well, and I think it does. Looks really nice. What is this? The Midori here doesn't have the rounded corners, which is sometimes it's good, because then when I do put some kind of some kind of a decoration, I have to be like, what is it called? I have to be rounding the corners, and it's just kind of hard or tedious to be rounding the corners. I can definitely do the I'm kind of looking to see how it would look if I did some kind of a waterfall tabs in here, but that shouldn't be a problem, because as long as it's paper, it should look nice. And you could then, I usually do this with my paper trimmer, because you'll get a more exact trim, but we're just playing around. So there, we could put something else at the bottom and make it look pretty. Let's see if I have something in here. Is that white enough? No. I'll try this one because it's not my favorite. So this is just me playing around. So I'm just getting these guys in the very edge. It's a little hard at my age to see the detail. Oh wow, did pretty well. Let's see, so we could, let's go this way. Okay, so something like that. Looks pretty, right? It looks like, you know what we're gonna test? Let's test picking up the sticker, because sometimes these papers tear. I get this a lot in my Ecolo. I'll lay down a sticker and then I'll say, oh no, I didn't mean to put it there. And then I'll tear the page. I'm seeing here that this marker does smear. The zebra marker. These are good. And then let's see. These stickers. Here we go. Can we? Yep. So these are wrong stickers, so most likely they'll do good inside. And then of course washi will do well to pull up as well. Okay, so that is the pen test for the Midori notebook. Overall, I think it will work really well for as my daily journal, but I will have to be careful if I do distress oxide inks. But all the pens did well. I like the cream colors. My favorite thing is having the lines so that I can just write really nice. So this is not the size I'll be using, but I did want to just buy it to test it, and then, you know, it does have like a bookmark and stuff. So this I think is a good contender. Now let's go on and look at the stone paper. Up next, let's look at this stone paper notebook. This is by the brand Karst. This is an A5. It does have a soft cover, and it says the color is stone. So I did get the lined type because they do have a dot grid, and it was $26.95 at Barnes & Noble. It says it's waterproof and tear resistant, 100% recycle and tear free and tree free, friction free writing. So this has 6mm ruled lines. It is 5.8 by 8.3, 144 pages. This guy has 144 GSM paper, and it does have a back pocket and ribbon. So I have never tried stone paper. So it says it's recycled. What did it say? Where did I read it? About the stone. It says made from 100% recycled stone without any trees, bleaches, or acids. Karst stone paper is rebuilt from first principles to do what the normal paper can't. This notebook saves trees, water, and energy while being waterproof, more sustainable, and infinitely smoother to write, scribble, doodle, and draw on. So let's see. First of all, I was looking for a cover in pink, and I believe they do have some pink, but they don't have pink lined that I could find there at the store. I haven't tried online, but it has a beautiful soft cover, and So it has the name page here. One thing that I did notice was that the paper feels like it doesn't it doesn't feel like paper. So it feels like silky, like, what can I describe? Almost feels like, do you know the pet tapes that are like made out of plastic? It just feels really smooth like that. So I don't know how ink, what I'm mostly afraid of in this stone notebook is that my ink is gonna smear. That's what I think is gonna happen in this one. Here is the bookmark, and then it does have a pocket back here. Really nice. But all this whole, you could tell this thing is waterproof. So let's see how some stamps will take. I usually use stamps to date my pages. I could do stickers as well, but I really like stamping. So this is again the Studio Calico. Okay, stone paper. Let's see what you can do. It looks pretty good. And we do have a little bit of bleed through there, but not too bad. So I'm just gonna clean this off, and I will we're gonna try the Distress Oxides and see. This guy's really juicy, so let's try it out. So far, the ink made it. I'm also pressing really hard on this to see what I get. So it looks like a good impression. Very clear and crisp. But let's see the damage. Oh, this one does not have, it didn't seep to the back, and it looks like the ghosting is pretty much the same whether I do Studio Calico or Distress Oxide. So this one is a little bit higher as compared to the Midori that actually did go down and does look a little bit darker. This one is holding up. Okay, all right. Well, that was very surprising, but I'm happy. So now let's try the pens. Okay, here we go. Is it gonna smear or not? So we're gonna try the tool. So it writes very smooth, very, very smooth. And so if I don't wait, it does smear, but I'm kind of not waiting. Let's try the Sarasa. This one also does well, and it smears less than the tool. It does write very smooth. Here is the Sharpie S Note. Let's try. This one, of course, is lighter in color. So let's see the back. So it looks like I can't see the Sharpie. I can see a little bit of the black inks, but not bad. Kind of like the Midori. Let's see a darker Sharpie. I think this paper is holding up very nicely to all these writing utensils. That one looks really good too, and that one's darker. Let's try the Sharpie S-Note Duo. Oh, I can see here. I'll show you in a minute. That the Sharpie did get on this side. So obviously you have to let it dry. Yeah. You can see that April got over here, and then this one also got on this side. Interesting. So I can't turn the page until it dries. Let's try the click art. The other thing that I'm testing here is the size. I'm kind of not used to these small millimeter. This size of line, I usually have much, what is that called? You know, higher lines, not, this reminds me like of college ruled. Let me show you. Let's see if I'm right or not. So as you can see, this one, I don't know, what is it? How high are these lines? Is that inches? Yeah, these, I don't know if it said how high these lines are. Well, I can tell, I can tell these are much skinnier than these. I'm used to this kind of height of a line versus this one. Okay, let's see how the click art did. So pretty good, pretty good. I don't like this though, I gotta tell you that. That worries me because sometimes I do write and then turn my page, but I don't normally use, sometimes I do use those Sharpies, but we all know Sharpie may be a little bit yeah. Oh, look at that. When you press on it, it does continue. I don't like that. Let's put this one up here at the top so we can see. And we'll try. Was it I spelled that wrong. I'm not liking that the paper transfers over. And this is Tombow. And we'll do this up here. Let's see. Oh, they're smearing here with my hand. Yeah, those Distress Oxide, it looks like maybe it doesn't really sink because it's not paper. The ink doesn't sink. Let's try. Because if I am putting stickers in the back or something, I will press on the page. Yeah. That's crazy. How long? This is pretty dry. No, I guess not. This is the thing with the Distress Oxide. They will do that. They're so inky. And you can see here, click art pretty much went on that page as well. Wow. Okay, so I tested all those. The other thing I wanted to test was how is washi? How would washi react to this? And are stickers going to glue down or start coming up? That was my other page. Let me write something here. Which one was the worst? The click art, zebra, and the Sharpie. So the Sharpie and the click art. So let's test. I'm gonna test to see if it will transfer to this page. It's very smooth. I'll give it that. It's very smooth writing. But if it's going to be transferring onto my other pages, I've never done this kind of paper, so that's why. Yeah, look at that. It does transfer. The marker did transfer over, and that's not gonna work. Definitely not gonna work. It almost feels like wax paper. That's what it reminds me of. Okay, so the sticker does well. It just feels really waxy. Yeah. So I don't know if maybe that's because it's not paper, the ink is not going into the paper because this is stone paper. But this is horrible. This is horrible. Look at that. Oh no. And now it is yes. So this notebook is a no because this should be dry. I'm going to show you. I have here the Midori that I did, and it didn't transfer. Once it dried, it went into the paper, and you know, we had that, but that's when we, none of this is getting on the other page. None of this is getting on this page. And here, even though it's been minutes that I did this, every time I turn the page, this gets uglier, and it is messing up that. And then these are also, and it could have been because I pressed on this page, but that won't do. So that's exactly why I wanted to test this out. So this Karst stone paper notebook will probably not be used for my daily journal. It might be good for, I don't know, swashing, kind of like a swashing notebook maybe. If I stick things to it, it might be okay, but I definitely can't write in it because these, or stamp with, even some of the black is getting on here. I don't know if you can see that. Some of this black, and of course this. So markers, heavy markers and heavy distress oxide is not good for these pages. So, okay, so the winner for today has to be the Midori. Midori is winning. It has a real nice feel. It's not waxy. It takes the ink very well. Just nothing like traditional paper, right? So sorry, stone paper, but the Midori is gonna win for me. But I'll keep on looking and see what I will use. I'll let you know when I find what my May daily journal will be. I do want to my plan right now is probably to do the Midori in an A5 size and try it out for a couple of months and see if I like it. I usually like to do my daily journal in several journals just so that I can start new every 4 months. It just keeps it, you know, exciting. But I wanted to just bring you these two notebooks. They are available in Barnes and Noble. So if you like waxy paper, this is your jam. But for the purpose that I'm looking for, it's not going to work. It's not going to be a good writing notebook for me for the things that I use in it. All these kind of markers are the ones that I use. I always stamp in it, so it's not going to work for this purpose, but I definitely can see if I can use it for something else. For now, I think the Midori is holding on really well, and I like the paper, and it did really good. It looks really nice, and it has lines. So all right, friends, as always, if you like the video, please leave me a like, and if you have any questions over anything that I shared or would like to let me know that you enjoyed it, please leave me a comment and let me know if you like these notebook reviews. I'm always trying to find better notebooks. So far, the ones that I use are Archer and Olive. I also use the Ecolo. But for this daily notebook, I don't need something extra thick like an Archer and Olive. So I'm trying to find something that will take the kind of markers and inks that I use. Okay, friends, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.